In this video, I will show you how to plan orders or tasks in OptimoRoute. As you can see, all of our orders are visible on the map here. Listed further below, you can see more information about each specific order. To learn how to import orders, you can find additional videos on the OptimoRoute channel. To plan these orders, we simply need to click the button Plan Routes, where we are taken to the Planning Settings page. To begin, I will explain what all these options and boxes mean and how they affect your planning. Planning settings allow you to refine what optimized routing means to you by giving you controls to tweak the outcomes of the routes. First, we have Allowed Changes setting. This setting allows you to choose how you want to incorporate new orders to already planned routes. Allowed Changes setting allows you to modify orders in 3 different ways. First, allow all changes to the current solution means that when you click Plan Routes, OptimoRoute will be allowed to rearrange all routes, orders, and drivers to find the optimal route. If you have existing routes, this means they could be modified substantially. Next, keep planned routes unchanged and add new orders to unused drivers keeps routes that are already planned unchanged, and any additional orders will be added to drivers without routes. Lastly, keep drivers' vehicles for planned orders, and fit in new orders will keep all existing orders matched with their current driver. However, these orders might get rearranged to fit in the new orders. For the sake of this video, and considering we are planning a bunch of unplanned orders, I will choose Allow All Changes. Once we have chosen that, we can move on to choosing our balancing options. If you have any confusion at any point about what each balancing option means, you can hover your mouse over each option and it will give you a short explanation. No balancing creates the best routes, which means some drivers may not be used. Balance routes balances the workload between drivers, and some drivers may not be used when it's chosen. We can choose to balance based on work time or a number of orders per driver. Balanced routes and use all drivers balances the workload between all available drivers, again, either by hours or orders per driver. In this option, you will have further customization by having the ability to control the extent to which your routes are balanced. By sliding the marker left, your orders will have less emphasis placed on them to balance, and by sliding right, it increases the emphasis on balancing the orders amongst drivers. I will choose no balancing for the purpose of this video. One of our final features that can be utilized here is the Return to Depot feature. This will be used almost solely by delivery companies and can be ignored if you are a field service company. Basically, with this, we can schedule a restocking for your driver, where we take into consideration how long it will take for him or her to return to the depot, restock, and hit the road again. If you activate this feature, the only thing you'll notice once you've planned your route is that the load size will exceed the maximum allowed. Moving on to the drivers, there are a few things we can control or edit from this window. First, in these checkboxes, we can include or exclude a specific worker from the planning process by removing or adversely adding the checkmark. Next, we can alter the start or end times they have if needed for this route. I will change driver 1 start time from 9 to 8. To make sure that the change sticks, I make a habit to just click anywhere else in the window where you can see that the time box has disappeared. Just as with time, each one of these boxes can be altered. So vehicles can be swapped out for any driver in this window, and you can also change the maximum capacity for all of these loads we have listed here. Changes here are meant for daily use, and in brackets you will see the default maximum asset in the vehicle settings. As a final note, any changes made to your drivers or vehicles from this window will remain when you open up this window for the next time. However, it will not change these options elsewhere in the application, namely under the Administration menu where you can find all of these parameters. Now that we have set up everything we want for our current plan, we can click Plan Routes and watch as our route is being planned. Any and all orders that can fit within a date based on all of the constraints we have will be planned. If an order or orders are not able to be fit into this day, then it will show up at the top of our list here. There are columns underneath the map here that can give us further information on our roles. such as who the driver is, which is the resource column, where the stop is in the route as shown under stop number, and the scheduled time will be shorter. If you cannot easily see where the orders are located on the map, you can toggle the display to see either just your planned orders or your unplanned orders. By clicking this button, we can hide our planned orders, and this does the same for our unplanned orders. By clicking them again, we can make them appear once more. While all of our orders and corresponding information is located here, we can click the Routes tab here, which will give us more general information such as total distance per driver or all drivers, length of time, and even when their break is. To return and see the orders, we simply click on the Orders tab again. If you are unable to perform all of your tasks in one day, you can move them into the following day. You can do so by going into the Edit window of an unscheduled order. By altering a due date, you can move it to the following day. If you have multiple orders, it can be done by highlighting them. If you have more than a few orders, you can highlight the first option, press Shift, and click on your final order to highlight multiple orders at one time. This set of window will look a little different because there are a lot of different orders. Because we are adding to the following day, we will simply change the day to tomorrow. Also, if these orders need to be completed earlier because they were not planned today, we can alter their priority now so that they will be planned earlier in the day, tomorrow. To conclude, we click Save. Because I don't actually want to change these orders, I will just cancel out of this window. With that, we have successfully planned our first day's route. This concludes our video for planning and optimizing your route and schedule.